Hi, I'm Dr. Suzanne Leschner, and I'm here to speak with you today about coping, managing stress, and building resilience in this time of COVID-19. I need to get a few of the legalities out of the way first. I'm a licensed psychologist in the state of Florida. I'm not a physician, and I cannot give you medical advice. If you happen to be experiencing psychological difficulties, it will be important for you to get in touch with your provider or someone who can help you personally with what you're experiencing. There is so much misinformation out there right now, and so I'd really like to caution you about taking advice from people who claim to be experts. My colleagues and I have received and been awarded millions of dollars from the National Institutes of Health to perfect and study cognitive behavioral stress management, and in particular, how it relates to the immune system. And one of the things that we've learned over all these years is that not only is stress management good for our well-being, but it also has positive effects on the immune system. That's the part of our body that is responsible for keeping us healthy and free of disease. So what do you need to know about cognitive stress management? The first thing that I like to share with everyone when we're doing these groups live, and these are always done live and in person, but obviously we're getting a little more creative these days. And so I'm going to ask you to do something that is really strange, given that you're watching a video. In a moment, I'm going to ask you to close your eyes. Breathing is a terrific stress reliever. And there's a specific type of deep breathing that can help us slow down the process, give us time to reflect, and give us the opportunity to be more receptive to any type of stress management. We call this 4-4-4 breathing. Some of you may have heard Dr. Andrew Weil talk about 4-7-8 breathing, which is wonderful. But today we're going to take some baby steps, and we're only going to do 4-4-4 breathing. The principle behind this is that you inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, and then exhale for 4 seconds. Of course, we're breathing all the time. The problem is a lot of the time we're not paying attention to the breath, and that can be so relaxing. So let's give it a try. Take a breath to the count of 4. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold it, 2, 3, 4, and exhale, 2, 3, 4. How's that? Good? Okay, let's do this let's do a series of these. Go ahead and close your eyes. Don't worry, I'll tell you when to open them again. And inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. How's that feel? Good? One more time. 2 more times. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold it, 2, 3, 4. And exhale, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and one last time. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold it, 2, 3, 4. And exhale, 2, 3, 4. Good. I hope you're feeling primed and ready to talk about some quick stress relievers. In future videos, I'm going to go into some of these in more depth, and I will definitely be presenting more strategies and techniques in future videos, but I just want to give you a little taste of what's to come. I'm going to look at my notes now. Baby steps and expectations. That's our first topic for today. So we are in unprecedented times. And given that, none of us knows exactly how we're going to handle each and every situation that comes up. We have news coming in at all times of the day, and no one is expecting for you to already know how to handle everything that comes our way. And so I want you to think in terms of managing your stress in baby steps, that there's no rush. And if you can grab control of one aspect of what is happening in your lifestyle now, that is going to be a terrific first baby step. We have to manage our expectations of ourselves. Many of us are perfectionists. Many of us have ideas about how we should be acting or how we should be responding or what kind of parent we should be, given that our kids are home and making a lot of noise and not doing any of their lessons. But that's not helpful for us right now. In fact, what's most helpful for us right now is to go easy on ourselves and to make things so that we can take pride in the things that we are doing to keep ourselves safe and keep our family safe. In those times where I'm feeling particularly stressed, one of the best techniques for myself is to remove myself from an anxiety-provoking or a stressful situation. Now, I'm fortunate that where I live, I have a backyard. And so I can step outdoors and take a few breaths, center myself, calm myself, and then go back in and tackle whatever stressor is in front of me. Many of you are living in apartments and don't have that opportunity to get out. And from what I'm hearing on the news, a lot of the country is having some particularly bad weather. And so you probably can't step outside right now. Well, we've all heard the stories of the moms who go and hide in the bathroom for a few minutes just to catch their breath and to center themselves because there's just too much going on in the house. And believe me, I've been one of those moms. And so I'm going to encourage you to get creative and to find a way to distance yourself from situations that are stressful. Sometimes it's physically removing yourself from the situation. Other times it's emotionally distancing yourself from whatever's going on. This is good. Distraction right now is a wonderful technique that we can be using. We can also be enlisting social support. We are so blessed right now that we have access to cell phones and other forms of technology where we can keep in touch with people all over the country, in fact, all over the globe. And this allows us to touch base with other people who might be feeling what we're feeling and people who can provide support to us. And that's really critical because we're social beings. And right now we are not being social like we're accustomed to. So I would encourage you to get on the phone with someone that you care about. It doesn't have to be a conversation about COVID-19. You don't have to talk about any of the deep stuff. In fact, it's probably better if it's lighthearted and fills you up and fills up your gas tank, because we're going to be relying on filling ourselves up and making ourselves feel better as we move through this crisis. Oh, so our next topic is scheduling pleasant activities. You're thinking to yourself, scheduling? No. I'm not talking about scheduling your entire day. I'm talking about the type of scheduling where you pick out a pleasant activity that's something just for you, something that you want to do for yourself, and squeeze it in to your routine each day. It's going to be easy for us to fall out of our routines. And so what I'm doing is I'm using an online calendar to notate to myself that at such and such a time, I will be listening to some music for 10 minutes. And at such and such a time, I'm going to be going out and getting some physical exercise. In fact, my son and I have been taking walks every single day just to connect with one another, get some fresh air, and to get our heart rates up. Now, other people may have to get creative about how they get their heart rates up. And so I'm suggesting that you find a video online with some yoga poses or some cardiovascular activity. Do some jumping jacks, run up and down the stairs, whatever it takes to give you a physical outlet from some of the emotions that we're feeling right now. And as I mentioned before, music. Music has been documented in many studies to be uplifting and to increase overall well-being. And I'll point you toward the music therapy literature if you want more information on that. It doesn't have to be classical music. It can be popular music. It can be religious music. And heaven knows that right now it would be a great time for all of us to get back in touch with religion, if we are so inclined. And I couldn't talk about all of these things without acknowledging the barriers. Some of you are still working. Some of you are working from home, and there are a lot of distractions. Many of you are experiencing what we call noise pollution. It's not just from the kids, but it's upstairs neighbors and next door neighbors. And it's all working toward increasing our stress levels. And so I'm cognizant of that. And all I can do is encourage you to find your own personal solutions. Think out of the box. Become more creative to figure out how you can employ some of these tips and tricks and techniques to your daily life. And before I wrap up this video, I want to take a moment to talk about fear. Because, let's face it, we're all scared right now. There are so many unknowns. And there's so much information that is coming at us at all times of the day. And what I want to say about fear is that fear motivates us, and it can also paralyze us. And in order to steer you away from allowing fear to paralyze you, I want to tell you how fear can motivate you. Your fear can motivate you to plan, to take the steps that you need to take in order to be safe right now, to keep your family safe, your community safe, and indeed that's going to have an impact on our entire world. Fear prevents us from making dumb mistakes. And so we have to honor our fear, but we can't let it overtake us. And the way that we do that is we set it aside. And I know this is going to be hard for many of you. You have to allow yourselves to experience the fear, but limit it. So you cannot allow yourself to be stuck in fear, but we all have to be real and we all have to feel exactly what we're feeling. So I will wrap up this video now by telling you what I have told my friends as we navigate this uncharted territory. You got this. You have everything you need inside you to handle the difficulties that may come your way. You know how to navigate the challenges that we're facing. You have all of these skills inside of you. We just have to work together now to bring them out. You've got this. Be well, stay safe, and I'll see you next time.